It is today's reveal time. It is an interesting one. We got a bunch of Targon cards, and I have to say, I think I'm more excited for what these cards are signaling than the cards themselves, and you'll see why here in a moment. So let's just get into it right now. All right, so we got a bunch of Targon landmark support cards, and I'm just gonna say right away, I'm not super excited about these cards, but I am excited that they're signaling the coming of Malphite. We don't know exactly what he's going to do yet, but it's showing we're obviously going to have some sort of landmark support, countdown support, something hopefully. We will see. But the cards themselves, as a whole, I think they're pretty mediocre. And let's just go over them real quick. And I'm sorry if you're super stoked about them, but I don't seem very excited. They just don't seem super great. They seem kind of fun, but not amazing. Let's start in the top right with Blue Sentinel, and I'm gonna have to hide my webcam here. So it is a 2-mana 2/3 from Targon. With Last Breath, summon a Crest of Insight. The Crest of Insight down there you see is the landmark that has countdown 1. Get an extra mana gem this round. So the card is weird. It's like delayed ramp that's on a delayed effect because the unit has to die first and then it has to get a countdown 1. So it's really, really hard to determine when you're going to get the extra mana. So it's hard to like plan for it or play for it. The body's not bad, 2-mana 2/3. And I think if you're playing in a deck that cares about getting landmarks, then it's more okay. But the problem is this is taking up a spot in your deck, and I don't think it's good. I think the card itself is just kind of poopy. Let's move over to Earth Elemental, 4-mana 3/5 with Overwhelm. And once you've summoned 4+ landmarks this game, it gets +3 attack, which is not bad. A 4-mana 6/5 with Overwhelm isn't terrible. But still, it feels pretty generic. Again, if you are playing the like landmarky deck, sure. It's hard to evaluate. It's hard to evaluate these cards without knowing what Malphite does. If we do have some sort of big payoff for playing all these landmarks, we will see. But on face value, from what we're seeing here, All right, let's talk about Spiral Stairs on the far left. 3-mana landmark, countdown 3, create a Seed of Strength in hand. And Seed of Strength is a 0-cost, slow, fleeting spell that grants an ally +3/+2 and Overwhelm. So, again, it's very slow. So if you're playing any of these cards on their own without any of the cards we've shown that advance landmarks, they're all very slow. A 3-mana card that takes 3 turns to then give you +3/+2 and Overwhelm, essentially a might that's at slow speed, but it grants. And it's in Targon, which could matter if you're playing something like Tarek or whatever. I know we've seen Targon be used with Lee Sin, not that bad, but the fact that it's on countdown 3 and it's a slow speed spell and you can't use it in combat, it makes it not amazing in my mind. If this was like a countdown 1 or 2, it'd be more reasonable, but 3 is a lot. That's a long time. For all of these cards, you really have to be playing the cards that advance landmarks countdowns for them to be, I think, really viable. And grant versus give on Seed of Strength, comparing it to might, it could matter. It matters more if you're playing stuff like Lee Sin or, things like that where you're going to be attacking more than one turn. But a lot of times just giving something, +3 attack and Overwhelm for that one turn is enough. So this is, it's just, I don't like it. It's slow. It's a card that you could play. And again, same thing as all the other ones. It's like, if there's a lot of payoff for playing these landmarks, sure. Obviously, if you're playing Talia, you get 2 of these. If you duplicated the landmark, could be okay. Rockfall Path is the last one. It's a 2-mana landmark with countdown 2, obliterate the weakest enemy. This is the only one that seems pretty decent. I actually think this is pretty cool. I like obliterate effects a lot. It's weakest enemy, so that could hit champions as well. It's not just follower. And if you duplicate this with Talia, now we're talking about spicy stuff. So I think this card actually is all right. It does have countdown 2, so your opponent can play around it pretty well. But if you play this and then you do advance it, like if you play Clockwork Boy or like all of the Scrying Sand stuff, then that's pretty solid. I like this landmark. If I'm giving them a star ratings, I'm going to give Blue Sentinel a 1 out of 5. I'm going to give Earth Elemental a 2 out of 5, Spiral Stairs a 2 out of 5, and Rockfall Path a 3 out of 5. I actually kind of like Rockfall Path. I think there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. And Obliterate is strong. You don't trigger Last Breaths with it, so it's pretty good. It doesn't go into like the Resurrection pool for if it matters for if something died. All of that kind of stuff. So I like that one. Blue Sentinel I think is just way too slow and clunky. Spiral Stairs I think is just too slow as well. And Earth Elemental also is pretty slow with not quite enough payoff. Like 4 mana 6/5 is solid stats, but you've had to have played 4 other landmarks. For a 6/5, it's like I'd probably rather just play Rune Runner. I know it's in a different region, but I don't know. I'm not super excited about these cards at face value. But again, it all really depends on what other payoff we get and what Malphite does. If Malphite is really strong, like if it's a really strong champion and playing these less than ideal landmarks helps him in some way, then they can be great. And my star ratings would change altogether. But without knowing what Malphite does and just at face value of these cards, I'm not very excited about them. I think they're just kind of like, eh. So it seems like obviously the point of these cards is to get us excited for Malphite and to get us hyped about what he could do. Because the cards themselves, they seem kind of weak. But if there's a huge payoff for them, I will reevaluate them completely once we know what Big Rocky Boy does. And, you know, it gives us some more cool things to do with Talia, but I don't think any of these cards are enough to, like, merit playing Talia. So that's all I got on them. I'm again not super hyped about these ones, not super excited. But let me know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you're very excited about them, if you think the cards are broken, busted, strong, whatever. Put it in the comments. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you think, because I mean, what I think is not that important, but what you think is very important. You can also let me know what you think on my Twitch channel every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Come hang out, especially this coming next week. New reveal, new cards, new set, new fun stuff to brew. You know we'll be playing dumb stuff, so come hang out. That's all I got for you. Short video because the cards aren't that exciting. That's all I got. I love you very much. Thanks for watching, and until next time, you stay saucy. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell notification, and help me destroy the YouTube algorithm overlords by leaving a comment and liking this video. I appreciate you very much. You're amazing, and until next time, you stay saucy.